Welcome everybody. It is Mike, 55 years young, Farmer Mike, 55 years young. We're in the third week of June here at the zero chemical, zero animal products, Regenerative Mountain Ridge Farm. And I want to take you on a tour. If you haven't been with us yet, I'll explain what we've got going on here. And if you have, you get to see the progress. As I mentioned, it's the third week of June. And you can see the mountain laurel is in bloom. It's kind of like the spring here because we're at an elevation of 4,000 feet above sea level, right at the mountain ridge. That is the east side. You see where the sun's coming up? And that is the ridge right here. And then over there is the west side. And this is a cool property. I've got an opening there. It's mostly forests, but we have an opening here at Mountain Ridge Farm where we can do solar panels. We bring them out there occasionally. And then this is the growing area. Right up here, the farmhouse that we're still renovating. There's a compost pile down there behind the car, and we'll take a look at that too. And we have rainwater collection. So everything up here is our food, and it's designed in a way, you know, that we're right at the top of the mountain ridge. The winds kind of come across here in the eastern U.S. You know, these mountain ridges go south to north, and then we get winds that come across the mountain ridge. So these trees are from the 1950s, was the last time stuff was cut over here. And believe it or not, they're not as thick and tall maybe as you might think, but that's because of all of the winds coming across. But we have a lot of cool mountain laurel right up here at the ridge, all along the ridge. And this is like full bloom, full peak bloom for the mountain laurel. All right, so let's talk about what we have here. What we have right now is grapes. I put these arbors, trellises in with some help with design, some ideas and inspiration from Planetary Farms, Farmer Dave Mascatello over there in Hillsborough, Virginia, where I volunteer. And I learned about what he's done, or this little design. Let me show you how it's working and challenges we've had. All right, so basically, what we decided to do was we planted five. I arranged five of them, so you can look out the window down in the grape area. I've still got enough room to do another five, and I may, depending upon how it works out. I just wanted to see how things were going to go. But for now, we planted some super sweet grape varieties. That's what we like. Super sweet, northern fruits here in the U.S. grapes. And Denise picked out all the varieties. My wife Denise, and that's Denise, 54 years young. And what we found that after the first year of growing them, and I used compost this spring to fertilize them, we only had 5 survivors out of the 10 plants. We have 2 on each of these arbors. So there's only 5 that survived. And what was cool about this is that 1 survived at each arbor. So we had this one survive over here, and they're rotating too. This one survived here. This one survived. You can see, oh, it's coming out. Look at that. Yes. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. This one survived over here. This one's also popping out. Look at that. Yeah. All right. And this one survived over here, which actually I probably going to need to, well, I thought it survived. Yeah, it's down there. I'm actually going to take this out at some point down to the ground because I want to make a path to the rest of our property over that way. But so this is actually good. So we've got 1 grapevine that survived over the winter. We've got 5 that didn't, and they were under warranty. And if you buy them from a reputable nursery, they should be able to replace them, although I can tell you we're going through some challenges. We'll update you on that once we get our warranty replacements. But the growing season started so late, I almost ran out of time and didn't know if we're going to be able to make a warranty claim because stuff doesn't green up till late here. So that's why the mountain laurel isn't blooming till, this is June 21st right now. It's just now in full bloom. Lower elevations have already seen full blooms. So that's what we have. And challenges we had last year was that the deer were eating them. Like this one, I've got to go in here. Well, at some point I will have to. It's not coming up high enough yet. Extend the covering so that the wildlife don't eat. There's copious wildlife up here. They were eating them all off at the top. I finally wised up and did this, and like now you're seeing, I've got a plant right up here that's coming up the top. And the idea is that we hope that this plant is now tall enough. It's almost 6 feet tall. It's getting close to that. to where it can latch on and start growing over here and then fruit. I don't know if it'll fruit this year or not, but I am so happy that it's up there, because when we got these plants last year, I have videos on all of this, by the way, search the channel or there's a playlist. It was only about this tall. So it went all the way up and it got chewed down a couple times because I wasn't familiar. Learning process. You can see this one here. I hope this doesn't, I want to make sure it doesn't go outside because it'll just get eaten alive if it does. Look, this one's already got the tentacles around here. You see that? Yeah. Looking forward to this one. Maybe some fruit. Maybe some fruit this year, but definitely next year. And sweet. These are super sweet grapes that we have. This one right here. It's down there still. Yeah. And you can see it in there. You see it? It's just down the lower. It's got to make sure it tucks in, stays in, so that the wildlife don't get it. And then this one, where are we? Really low down in there. I hear bees too. We've got bees. We're not keeping any bees. We've seen the bees here at the higher elevations. I hear them. You can hear a pin drop around here. I love it. So quiet. You're totally immersed in nature. So many days you don't even hear a single human-made sound up here. I don't know if you can hear those bees, but I can definitely hear them. Oh no, something I'm noticing here. This does not look good. Something is after this one. Something has been nibbling. Look at this. Oh, damn. This is a first. I haven't seen this before. The wildlife's starting to get desperate. I'm going to need to patch this with something before I leave. This is not okay. Anything different that's not native, that's going to be like food for the wild animals, they can sense it a mile away. They can smell it. And something has been eating this. So yeah, definitely a patch, and I need to make sure it's straightened out. But the plant has been thriving underneath, and actually this is one of the replacements. Maybe that's why the other ones didn't last, I don't know. This replacement didn't make it last season. These are cherry trees now that we're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That last one's not a cherry tree. These three in the middle have been, this is second season growing. That was a replacement, same variety here. And these are sweet cherries also, like the really sweet fruits. But this is gonna have to be taken care of. Wow, look at that. What is going on? I wonder what kind of animal did this damage. I don't know. Well, you can see it did damage all around the perimeter. Like, what is this? All around the perimeter, like bite marks? Look at that. Huh. But around this tall too. And we've had bears in here, we've had deer, we've had wild turkey. I'm sure other animals too that I haven't seen, all kinds. This has got to be reinforced and it's got to be patched. And make sure it knows it can't get in there, because that's too big of a hole there. It's gonna try to come back and get that. All right, so here's the second. This is a second year plant. First year, that's a replacement from recently. I had videos on that too. Also a second year plant. This one has almost reached the top. You see, you've got these bird guards up top. And once it gets through, as long as I can keep it from eating here, we should be safe, just like with the grapes over there. It gets to a certain height. So maybe this will be the first cherry to break through. And this one here is a new one. Oh yeah, they must like this. I see, well, unless that was on there before. I don't think it was. This is the same variety. Now right up at the top of the ridge, this is a fig, or it was a fig, sorry. Now it's a chestnut. I don't know if you know about chestnuts or not, but they're like the anti-nut. They are low percentage of calories from fat. Nuts, they're excellent for your health. So we're planting them here. Everything low percentage of calories, or 10% calories max. You can do chestnuts, are way less than that. They're exponentially lower in fat. So this is in Nevada. I've got here. And then down here, the one I didn't show you, which is right there. We're gonna walk over there in a second. That's a colossal. So we've got these two, and they're very small. This used to be a fig, and we didn't know. We had to bring them in the winter. There's harsh winters here. We should never have planted the fig. But it's another one of these things where you just learn as time goes on. You learn by doing. Yeah. Remember I was telling you about the bees? I told you I heard them. Told you I heard them. All right, so we're down here at the colossal. That's down here. Planted this end in Nevada chestnut last week. I didn't do any special video on their planting, although I've documented most everything else I've done here. But you can see it's only about this tall. It's gonna be a number of years till these produce nuts, but I just gotta protect them. As you can see, everything else is done well, except for this one over here. Oh boy, look at that. Yeah, you can see that a mile away now that I know what I'm looking for. In case you're wondering where we get a lot of our water from around here, it's not from a well. We're off grid, 100% off grid. We don't have a drilled well, so it's rainwater collection for us. Also burning of wood. We have so many acres here, unlimited supply of wood. So you can see it's smoking right now. Now to heat every night. There is no summer here. It's always spring and fall in the warm months, and then an extra long winter is what it is. And actually, I'm going to show you where I'm going to put the ashes right now out of the fireplace. That makes this more regenerative, makes some biochar, and it makes plenty of ashes. We layer it like a lasagna into the compost pile. I'll show you that. Got a little path down to the compost pile. It's a little bit lower section. It's in the shade. And sometimes the bears like to snack on our stuff. I don't think they have so much recently. Ashes. So generally what I've been doing is making like a lasagna, like I said. We got ashes we burned and some biochar that's in there automatically because there's never a complete burn. We turn the wood stove down low. That's just so it doesn't overheat in the house. And then I will layer down all of our scraps from pineapples and things that we eat, mostly pineapples, ripe yellow pineapples, which I highly recommend everybody eat. And the sun's really coming up now. And then I will put our oatmeal on top, or oats that I use for oatmeal, kind of layer it like that. And also the oats, I think, protect from animals liking this stuff because they really do seem to like the sweet pineapples we put down. So you can see our compost, this is how we bring it. And actually these I got at the container store. I don't like as much. The mouth is not as wide, it takes longer to empty them, and they tend to break when they touch each other. These I got on Amazon.com. They're way better actually. They're bigger. The mouth is much wider. It's got a handle. Oh, it didn't break. Oh my gosh, there's rocks everywhere. And I haven't broken one yet. So square, round. I like the squares better. They seem to also hold pressure. Airtight, watertight is what you need when we were bringing it from one place to the next because they're in the car a lot. And here is the oatmeal from the oat milk. That's going to go on last. That's part of our lasagna. The rest of it goes first, then that goes last. If you're not familiar, Denise and I eat about 4 pineapples a day, ripe yellow. Creates lots of scraps, and like I said, we leave it here all year, layer it like this lasagna, and then feed the plant in the spring first thing. All right, this is what it looks like. You can see nice big pile here, and it goes down fast during the week. I'm going to cover that with the oatmeal. So that's what it looks like. Now it's time to water the plants. like I always do, with bottled up spring water that I bring from natural flowing springs. We can't get the spring water here, but go to findaspring.org and you'll find one near you. Use glass bottles, triple rinse them at each fill up. Don't keep it for more than 2 weeks maximum is what you have to do. Real spring water, not in plastic, not pasteurized, and the plants get it too. I'm seeing a bee here, not flying, but crawling. Huh. All right, so that's basically it here for your late June 2025 report here at Mountain Ridge Farm. Remember, we are zero chemicals, zero animal products, regenerative farm. If you want to learn more about us, just make sure you subscribe and like, leave comments, questions that you have over here. And there's a whole channel, or sorry, playlist on this channel of videos here at Mountain Ridge Farm. So check all those out. We keep giving regular updates and you'll get them if you subscribe. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye from Mountain Ridge Farm.